much, and welcome to another episode of my series Shorm Grove, where I now build something and also choose a topic to talk about. So we will be discussing the film YellowBrickRoad. Yes, that is all one word, released in 2010. It's a low-budget cosmic horror movie. But right now, what we're going to do is change my character because, yes, I'm bi, yes, I'm agender, but right now I am not feeling this gay. So we're just going to tone it down a little. Body, let's see, a nice top. Let's see, what's this? Progress. Pickups, tunic, no. Cozy cave. For one of the anniversary gifts, didn't we get like a cherry tree thing? I might not be remembering it correctly. Oh. Tough golem, no. Let's see, nice shirt. Good shirt. Let's see, what's this? This is Cozy Cave, and this is Coral Blouse. I think I like the Cozy Cave dress. Okay, it doesn't really seem like a bottom is going to go with this. Maybe one will. Let's see what it fit. Oh, fluffy unicorn nose. Oh, that is adorable. Let's see. Tool belt. I think that goes nice with the waterfalls. No, but the universal retro pants go really well with that, so I'm just gonna leave that there. Let's see, outerwear. This seems to just cover everything. What's this one here? Oh, cherry shawl. I guess this is a cherry shawl. I guess half remembering that. Okay, let's see. Gloves? Don't really seem to have any good gloves. Fleece is friends. Or how about just none? None are really vibing with me. Let's see. Footwear. Nice. Feet. Bee boot. All the bee boots are so adorbs. Let's see, parrot. Oh my god, that's so good. Toe guardians. Nah, I love birds, so we're going with the birds. Parrot slippers. Yeah. Okay. Doop. Face items? I don't know if a face item will go with whatever the fuck I'm going for. Elephant trunk, I don't see any difference. Okay. Just equipped, and I don't see anything, so... What's this? Rebellious sunglasses. I'm just gonna go with none right now. None are... Don't really feel any of it. Okay, let's see. Next is back items. Wait, did I get a hat? Is there any? There's... Good. Okay. Oh, headwears. I think, yeah, we completely skipped this. Well, that's good. Crafting cap. Let's see. No, it doesn't go with the pink aesthetic. I don't really feel that. Let's see what would be good, No, that's not go well at all. It's not the right shade. What's this? Ooh, fish head, but no. This is here. Aviator cap, no. Let's see. Dragon warrior's hat. That looks adorable. I don't know, I don't really feel it. Nah, I'm just gonna go with none. Okay, now back. No, not that. That is not a good fit here. Okay, yeah, that's good. Equip. Actually, headwear item. I'm just getting so fucking picky for this, aren't I? Yeah. That actually works. Cherry tree headdress. Okay, folks. Now we can actually get to the hello? Hi, Mr. Owen 2. Yeah, many clothes over time. Yeah. Many clothes. Hey, Keymaster 7412. Hi. Okay, let's see. Okay, still got all my doggos parked there. Okay, yeah. Key's much better than saying your whole username. Takes a lot less time. Ah, that's why you chose the username. Do you like horror movies? Tonight during this, stream, I wanted to talk about YellowBrickRoad. I finally saw it last night, and I'm getting my hubby to watch it. It's a subgenre of horror known as cosmic horror or Lovecraftian horror, whichever you prefer. And it's also low budget, so, which I don't mind how big a movie's budget is as long as it, you know, has a good story. I actually really, really love B horror movies. This is going to eventually be, let's see, I'm calling it the Nexus right now. It's basically going to be the city portion. The villagers will live on either Ghost or Navi. Both islands are named after my birds that died late last year, and this will be the whole city portion, so yeah, it's a big project. I'm going to try to do parts of it in survival peaceful, so I'll eventually be going back to Shorm Grove, which is the little village I built up. Yeah, I'm on Xbox, so yeah, I don't believe I have that option, unfortunately, because that would make things a lot easier. Before, when I was doing this in survival, the mainland that's a little past that island there, I grew a bunch of cherry trees and would chop down wood, turn them into planks, and then come back and do this. Yeah, this is actually the easier option. Yeah, I made Shorm Grove around a village that already exists, and yeah, just sort of expanded from there. I originally started this world because of the update with the cherry groves, and I went on a big long search for even a little hint of a cherry grove, and I found a few cherry trees and eventually expanded that and expanded the village. I got the name Shorm from the Animorph series, the book series, and in the books it's a word, the Andalite word for friend. my favorite book series of all time. I was obsessed when I was with it when I was a kid, and I read it again when I was older, and it's still hits hard as an adult, just in different ways. You have a good day too, and good luck with remodeling your village. You're welcome. I'm okay. Awesome. Maybe I'm not okay. Anyways, yeah, about Yellow Brick Road. The basic premise is there's this one town where everyone left for an unexplained reason. Most of the townspeople were discovered dead, while a few just disappeared, and no one, knows exactly why that happened. And so Teddy gets enough information finally and gets a team all set up to go down the titular Yellow Brick Road and figure out what happened. But as it's a cosmic horror, there's little information we actually get. That's actually the great thing about a good cosmic horror is you have enough information to know the person behind it is competent, but still have so many questions left over. So yeah, cosmic horror is not for someone who likes, having every answer. Or sometimes, honestly, having half the answers. Because things can get so confusing. Having a command that just fills in that would make things so much easier. Jesus Christ. This is fine. This is fine. This is the quicker option. Still going to take a hell of a time, but at least I can just focus on putting blocks down instead of going to the mainland, chopping down trees, turning the wood into planks, and coming back. So that's good. These flames are not going to last in the final once everything's said and done. Some things you put on there to make sure you know what you're doing. Okay, let's see the next bullet point. So what I'm going to talk about is a theory. I mean, what the great thing about cosmic horror is, with not everything answered, there's a lot of room for theory crafting. And you can... I think there's like some theories that Teddy is just hallucinating everything. And there's a lot of ways you can go with cosmic horror and theory crafting. You know, the human mind just really, really likes to answer questions that just have no answers, because that's, you know, just how we are wired. And so, the sort of crux of the theory I'm going to talk about has to do with a line the usher says near the end of the movie. When Teddy finally reaches the end of the road, goes in the movie theater. And the usher says, hang on, something along the lines of, "There are many endings." And so, let's see, did I mark this off as another bullet point? Okay, I did mark it off as another bullet point, okay. And I take that line to mean that there are multiple timelines. There are many endings, many timelines happening all at once. So, like in the timeline we see in the movie, Teddy arrives at the movie theater, and every one of his group is dead. Like, the first half of the movie is nice and slow. You get to know every character, and there's nice slow build-up of tension, and then everything goes to shit. Everything just breaks apart horrifically. It's like a slow build-up, and then it just plunges into utter chaos. There's not a lot of gore in the movie, and I would say it's not the most gory thing I've watched, but what makes the gory moments really stick out is how rare they are. Certain elements, if you really want to make stand out in your work, you can't use them constantly. You have to use it where it counts and where it'll strike the right mood to the watcher, reader, viewer, whatever, listener. So, yeah. Okay, let's see, the next bullet point I have up. Okay, let me review other bullet points so I don't start talking about things ahead of time. Okay, now I got what to do. I write these out. I don't practice beforehand, which is probably not a good thing. But yeah, my theory about the movie Yellow Brick Road is basically whenever a person or a group of people go far enough along the titular Yellow Brick Road, they're stuck. And then what happens is that every possible instance of them going down that road happens all at once. You know, whatever happens, can happen, will happen. But the Yellow Brick Road, while it definitely has parts that do extend outside of reality, definitely, you know, does have parts that are in known reality. Because, you know, when the whole town up and went down the Yellow Brick Road, there were dead bodies found. So obviously, part of the road has to be in our known reality. So my thinking is that the dead bodies were all, and the people who disappeared, that was all from the initial going in onto the road, but they're still all trapped there, all the timelines happening at once. I guess even the one guy that managed to escape, because in that little part of quote unquote, you know, totally real recovered tape, he still seemed like he was being affected by the road, like he never actually left. God, yeah, my theory's not going to explain everything because there's still... It's cosmic horrors, and I've watched the movie once. I've been analyzing this, going over my thoughts again and again, but yeah, there's... But the point isn't to have all the answers. The point is to be able to ask the questions. It's a very good genre if you like that sort of thing. Like the not knowing. If you do like knowing and this is all annoying, yeah, you probably won't like cosmic horror. When it's light out, when it's raining. Oh, woo, we're getting close to one side. Woohoo! Okay. Let's see, next bullet point. Okay, so I guess one question you might be asking me is there any reason I think that the road exists in known reality and unknown reality besides, you know, disappearing bodies, you know, townspeople and dead bodies found? Yep. So the group has someone with GPS and also 2 people that do maps. And so we find through those 3 sources that coordinates don't make sense. I mean, the GPS early on in the movie says, oh, it says we're in Guam. And honestly, that's the part where I would have just said, okay, going back home. That's if your GPS is fucking up like that, if part of your equipment is fucking up like that, you're in an area where no one has really mapped stuff out. Yeah, you don't. And Daryl and Aaron, a brother and sister, have known before it finally comes out to the group that things don't make sense. Like, they were far enough away from camp where it seemed to disappear. It's like, you head back home. You are obviously lost. Something isn't making sense. I know we wouldn't have a movie, but still. Yeah. But I mean, we found out from the one guy that managed to survive the townspeople walking down the Yellow Brick Road that you can never really escape it, because that guy went crazy. He wasn't there just because he managed to get off the road. Still, making that effort to turn back. It sort of does make sense in the movie because they're basically just obsessed, plus this is some supernatural force, so can't blame them too much, I guess. Obviously, I still do, but, you know, I'm not blaming them as much. I'm start watching this movie Spore also on Tubi, and basically it's the beginning of a zombie outbreak, and so someone is walking around outside, and they're like, oh, is this guy we're looking for? When, long story short, it doesn't make sense for that guy to be there. But it's like, oh, I better get out of the car. Why? God. It's another low-budget horror movie. Really good up to that point, and when I finish it tomorrow, hopefully it will redeem itself. I like... Once I get in the mood of watching horror movies, I tend to just binge, so I don't... So that's... I binge horror movies, and I read books slowly now because of vertigo, so I can really write reviews of every single movie I watched. Because last night would have been Lovely, Dark, and Deep, and Yellow Brick Road, and I didn't want to write 2 reviews. God, but anyways, I am getting utterly distracted, which is okay. I'm building still, so I'm still good. Let's see, I think it's night in game, so I'm going to rest and have the rain disappear. Okay, this next bullet point is, I guess, something I've already mentioned. This movie shows one timeline of the group, you know, going down the titular Yellow Brick Road. But I do not think it's actually the first instance of them going down the Yellow Brick Road. And let me explain why. Nice clear blue skies. Woo! Let's see. Now with the Yellow Brick Road, while it does extend, you know, goes into its own, guess you could call it, pocket universe, it seems that you do have to enter the road to get to that little pocket dimension. Yet, at the beginning of the movie, there's like sounds like the theater, you know, a projector. And the first scene of the movie is Teddy going to pick up the documents because he's really been fighting tooth and nail to get them so he can actually travel along the YellowBrickRoad and write his book. And the guy who hands him those documents and is like, hey, you know, other people may be bullshitting you by saying, you know, happy for you or whatever, I really mean it, is the usher from the end of the movie. And this is hard to make sense of if he... Well, God. YellowBrickRoad is, well, part of the entity, we'll call it. It's hard to describe something that's complicated like this, but the usher is part of the entity, so he shouldn't be able to exist outside of the YellowBrickRoad, but he is, which to me seems to indicate that Teddy's currently on the YellowBrickRoad, which means that he has to be, you know, experiencing another timeline, not the original. Like the hat that Daryl becomes obsessed with. Maybe his sister Erin was originally annoyed by a hat the original Daryl liked. And since in this current timeline he didn't have a hat like that with any history, the road gave him a hat to imitate a really bad outcome for Erin. Just that scene's where the movie takes a nosedive into help me. I was watching the movie, I was falling like getting sleepy, like maybe I should stop watching No, I'm So Engaged, and that happens and it's like, wonder why I'm not sleepy anymore. Oh my god. Oh my god. Let's see, something else. So yeah, with the the long timeline of YellowBrickRoad, like the original could have seen everyone make it to the end, or at least more than Teddy. Oh, yeah. For anyone who's really thinking about watching it, I do want to say I enjoyed the ending. Most people hated the ending. Most people seem to be like, I enjoyed the movie and then the ending happened. So yeah. I loved every minute of it. The build up where every tensions are rising. And then woo! I think I first really heard of the movie when I was watching a video on YouTube that was talking about the book House of Leaves, which is sort of a game book mix. You have to figure things out. You just don't read it from cover to cover, and that's its little gimmick. And I'm not really good at puzzles, so I do not think that's a book I will ever tackle. But the person in the video, I think, said like that was as close to House of Leaves book as we'll probably get. Because the author of House of Leaves is very adamant that his book, be read in, book format and doesn't want any adaptations, I guess. Which I can understand. Okay. Now I'm all done talking about the topic for the stream, so I'm going to finish up getting this part done and then ending the stream. This has taken 41 minutes to get to this point, so I do not know. This will go on. Yeah, I am a horror hound when it comes to movies, but I tend to read sci-fi and fantasy for books. The current book I'm reading, I'm going outside my usual little safety net. I'm reading Blood Meridian by Cormac McCarthy. Yeah, it's a tough little book. I'm getting used to McCarthy's style of no quotation marks, odd punctuations, and then looking up words every now and again. Sometimes just refreshing, sometimes my mind's drawing a blank. Oh shit. Whew. I'm just gonna dive in here. Like the platforms just disappear. Ah, there we go. Whee! Woo! I need to keep myself entertained somehow. And I have vertigo, and I think that's making reading Blood Meridian tougher, plus I'm a little stressed about my grandpa, so I think my body's just trying to cope by just sleep. Just sleep 24/7, every problem will go away. So yeah. I try to drink my usual amount of caffeine, and my body is like, nope. So sometimes it is hard staying awake. So that's fun. Grandpa, it's latest update from Mom. He seems to not be at death's doorstep now, but she did make an odd remark about him. But I just, she's asleep now, because normal people aren't up at, 2:47 in the morning. So yeah. We'll get an answer tomorrow. Maybe a phone call. And when he goes, of course, me and Brian will be going to the funeral. which means we'll also need to be transporting our birds, which has got me a little nervous because, what's it? Like, the two parakeets are great together. Like, they get a little feisty at each other at nighttime. Like, they'll be so sweet to each other during the day, and sometimes at night it's like, Mortal Kombat! And, like, Mobius just decides to get on Freya's nerves. But the real problem comes with the cockatiels. Jorah, the older cockatiel, started plucking himself out of nervousness. And now we're allowing them, both Danny and Jorah, to interact at night with each other. You know, under close supervision for just a little bit. And most nights they are really cute and adorable together. They just preen each other, and I hate breaking them up to put to bed, but you know, yeah, that has to happen. And other nights, Danny will nip at Jorah, at which point she'll be put away for the night. But while at home, we do have 4 lovely cages to use. 3 of them are in use during night. 2 of them are in use during the day. But only 2 of the cages can actually be used as travel cages where the birds can also stay in them comfortably. And we do have our birds' wings unclipped, and we let them out as, you know, much as we can. And when we go to stay at Mom's house, we'll be, you know, with the door open so they can leave the cage if they want to. But yeah, Danny and Jorah. Like, Danny really loves Jorah, but she's sort of obsessive at the same time. We try to guide her, like, just calm down, Danny, you know? Because Jorah really cares for Danny too, so it is interesting. An aqua game board? Why would you see that? Oh my gosh. It's like another little city here. Ooh. Possibilities. Whee! Okay, let me get back to what I was doing. The horror movie and I'm currently watching, Spore, is like sort of a bunch of different shorts happening around this start of a zombie-like outbreak. There's like a spore that's causing things to get really out of hand. I'm honestly not a huge zombie fan, so I do like zombie fiction that actually really does something with the genre. I mean, I'll watch a B zombie horror movie, you know, but so in this movie, the zombies aren't just, you know, big swarms running fast. There's sometimes hardly any zombies, and it's just the presentation of everything that's creepy. So I really hope the latest short guess I better watch it. I think I've watched the movie Arachnophobia like 2 or 3 times. And as you can tell by that title, yeah, that does trigger my arachnophobia. I don't know, it's just such an idiot. It's like every few years I'm like, I'm gonna watch this again. And I have really bad arachnophobia. Like, the spider can barely be visible and I will be having a full-blown panic attack. It's... But I don't know, I guess horror movies I watch because I want to be absolutely terrified. And it's a safe environment, you know. I know there's not actually a spider that can harm me in the movie. So yeah, the woman's like, yeah, don't watch this if you have arachnophobia. It's like a good suggestion. I don't know. And if you do like big, you know, spider movie horror, I would definitely recommend Sting. It scared me shitless, but in a way that was earned. Like, some horror movies will scare me, but it's like I feel ashamed because it was such a bad movie. Sting is not like that. I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for Infested. God, I do not understand myself at all. If you do like cosmic horror movies, you know, I'd be happy to hear some suggestions. I've seen The Endless maybe 3 or 4 times. Fucking love The Empty Man. The Empty Man is honestly one where you need to watch it twice, because the first time things are getting thrown at you and you can't really put everything in context until the end of the movie. And the prequel for The Endless, I forget what it's called, but it involves the 2 guys the main character finds in a little house that they like constantly burn down and time resets. The Void's also really fucking good. Sort of like I would describe sort of like a Silent Hill adaptation. There's of course a cult, as police officer is taking someone to the hospital where his like estranged wife works, and shit really starts going down. Practical effects too. Like, CGI can be good. Like, I'm not saying there's no place, but sometimes CGI is just used because it's like quicker and cheaper. I mean, for the Thing prequel, there was a whole company doing practical effects. But yet in the theatrical release, they did some horrible CGI. But luckily, the company that did all that work for the Thing prequel did some crowdfunding and made Harbinger down. So they were still able to show off what they did, even if, you know, it wasn't in the Thing prequel. And talking of the Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, that's part of his Apocalypse trilogy, which also includes, I believe, In the Mouth of Madness and Prince of Darkness, and I have yet to see Prince of Darkness. The other two films in that trilogy are really fucking good. I find the things that, you know, make cosmic horror, I guess, a little understandable is the human elements. Like YellowBrickRoad, the thing that keeps Teddy going along the road even when all senses tell him to turn back is obsession. Like, I may not fully understand the whole YellowBrickRoad entity, but I understand obsession and, you know, what that can do to a person. Like, I might not understand an alien that can, you know, assimilate into a person, but I can understand paranoia and, you know, not trusting a person. I might not understand some entity that randomly takes people away and lovely, dark, and deep, but I can understand a person having such a big regret that it just haunts them for the rest of their lives. And when I write, I don't like to use big words. Part of that's because I really hate how people can use a slightly more difficult word just to sound really smart, but it takes a lot more work to use simple words to describe something complex. The other reason is I have odd things happening in my writing, and I want people to focus on the situation and what's happening and not have to constantly turn to look in a dictionary. So, yeah. No, in college, I had one of my editors there, because you could go to one place in the college and someone would like just edit your, you know, papers, which is definitely necessary. Just ink. And this one editor was like, "Oh, you need to use," basically trying to get me to use bigger words, and I was just like, "No, that's not my style." I don't really agree with that. Honestly, most of the English language is preference with a few rules here and there. The more you learn about the English language, the more you fail to understand how it functions. Okay, just a little more tonight and my hands can go on nice rest. All you have to do is put it together. Ha! Old Mickey Mouse cartoon. The whole premise of the short was Mickey and gang we're building a boat. And the only instructions, besides like a picture of the boat, was all you have to do is put it together. So yeah. All you have to do is put it together. Hee-hee! Just looking at what I'm doing, and this is like dropping the proverbial bucket of what I'm going to have to do for this city, the Isles of Murtagh. Okay, it's definitely nighttime, so I'm going to go to sleep to get rid of the rain, even though the rain doesn't really affect me. No, I do not understand all my actions most of the time. I think I put beds in all these, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Or didn't I? Oh no, I like to keep those to the wall. I guess I'll... Well, that's fine for now. Why didn't I go in any of the beds? Jesus Christ. I'm like, I have to go into bed, sleep the night so it stops raining, and then I pass by every fucking bed possible. What the hell? Woo. Whee! I'm a little dolphin. I'm a dolphin. Okay, that does not look impressive. Woo! I'll stop. Oof, and that's it for tonight. Let's see. Okay, we are definitely making a little headway here. We have to go up a bunch. Okay, back. Okay, say cheese. Cheese. Okay. Wait. Okay, this is good. Cheese. Cheddar. Okay. One final shot for the evening. Whee! Oh yeah. Forgetting what buttons to press for what. Ah, here we go. Okay. Pretty sure I had a map on hand. Yeah, since it's been a while since we've actually been back to Shorm Grove, I have 3 maps to get back there. Yeah, the whole journey to finding the Cherry Grove was definitely a little nice little journey. It's a quicker way to do this, but I love the water sounds when you get out of the water. Oh, I love it. Cheese! Cheese! Okay, let me go back over to my doggos and we will end the lovely stream. And thank you everyone who watched this video. I do have a page for my Shorm Grove lore if you are actually interested in that. On Twitch, it's under the, the links, the About section. And for YouTube, starting with this video, Shorm Grove, I'm going to put a link to it in the description. So yeah. So, thank you everyone who watched this stream, no matter how long, how little. Thank you again to both Key and Mr. Owen too for engaging with me. That was very nice. Awkward too, because when people actually interact in my chat, I am like, this never happens. How do I talk with another human being? So, thank you for watching. I do not know when I'll be doing another episode of Shorm Grove. During this time of night, I'm usually doing my no commentary Skyrim stream, so don't know when I'm going to get back to Shorm Grove. Hopefully soon. I need to finish this bottom of the Nexus sometime in my lifetime. So, hope everyone's having a good day, night, whenever you're watching this. And until next time, goodbye.